Bushcraft 412, and we're going to do a review on the Buck Bones 870, Model 870 folding knife. I actually did a video for this out in the field, but it didn't turn out very good. There was, too much wind and, too much kind of stuff going on where it just didn't come out as good, so I'm redoing it here at home. I got this one for free, actually. I used some reward points from Dick's Sporting Goods that I had from buying my bow and a gun earlier in the year, and was able to get this for free. It was $29.99 there, but I know you can get it online for around $20, $21, $22, $23. Let's go over the stats real quick. This is a little over a 3-inch tanto style blade, half serrated. It is 420 HC stainless steel, made by Buck. Skeletonized handle. Has a very nice little thumb ramp on the back, which I do enjoy. A little bit of a finger choil here. It is a frame lock. Hopefully we can show you this. Catch the light just right. It's a little dark. But this is actually a very thick frame lock. And very secure. Very happy with the frame lock on this. A lot of them tend to be a little on the thin side, but this is actually a very thick frame for a knife. You can put a lanyard in the last hole, which is something I do like. The knife does open a little slow out of the box, but there is a pivot pin, and you can adjust that with a little Allen wrench. You need one for each side to do it, but you can adjust it and make this thing open up a little quicker if you choose. Also, the handle is held together with little Allen wrench as well, so you can actually take this whole thing apart for cleaning, which is another little added bonus. The biggest drawback to the knife is that it is pretty tight right out of the box. It's not something you can flip open very quickly, but that's fine with me because I'm using this as a utility knife rather than anything for self-defense. Has a very strong tanto point, very nice blade thickness, very thick blade. Folds easy, very secure. There is zero blade play on this, I have to also mention. No blade play either way. Very solid. Gave it a couple whacks on the back. This ain't going nowhere. It's a really thick frame lock. This is one of the kind of lower end Buck products. This is made in China. 420 HC stainless steel. Not very sharp out of the box, but that is okay. The serrations are chisel ground, but they are surprisingly sharp. No problem. It's actually very rare I like serrations. The serrations on this are actually pretty decent. Pretty sharp, pretty aggressive. The actual blade, and this is kind of one of the disappointments, is this knife. The blade area is actually maybe only an inch long. Very difficult to sharpen. I tried to sharpen it up a little bit out of the box, but it was kind of tough. I was able to get it to take hair, but not very easily. But it doesn't need to be. This is kind of a utility knife, so you don't really need for me, this doesn't need to be razor sharp because this is going to be something I bring, camping, fishing, something like that. It's not going to be a self-defense tool or anything like that. So I just, a good utility edge is fine with me. And I just took this on my winter camping trip and used it for the weekend and had zero problems with the edge. It held a good edge. And was fine for cutting things like rope. I cut some nylon webbing with it and things like that, and I went through all of it with no problems whatsoever. So overall, this knife, also, before I forget and move on, the pocket clip's actually very nice. It rides very deep, so very little of the actual knife hangs out of your pocket. Longer pocket clip, good retention. I believe it's stainless steel, but fits in the pocket very securely. This knife, in its price range, is actually really outclassed. There are a lot of knives in the $20 to $30 range folders that are very high quality. Offhand, I know there's a lot of good Kershaws in that price range. There's a couple good Gerbers in that price range. Then let's not forget about the Enlons, and the B knives and SR, Sanrem Mu. They're an amazing knife company for the money. They're using slightly better steels. But this is a Buck. It's warranted forever, like all the Buck products are. So I figured, I actually only own one other Buck knife. And it was kind of what made me want to buy this, is I wanted to try out another. I have the Buck Smidgen neck knife. And so I figured, why not try one more? It was free. I had a couple other things to choose from, but wanted to give it a try. And it did. It held out actually very good this weekend on its first trip. And it's not something I'm going to everyday carry, because it's, a little too heavy for everyday carry, for me at least. But this is something I could definitely see throwing in my pocket for going fishing, going camping, going on a day hike, or something like that. So, aside from the fact that this knife, there's much better competition out there, it's not a horrible little knife for the money. I mean, it would be a much better seller in the, $17.99, $19.99 range, but what can you do? Decent little knife. Enjoyed it quite a bit, and I do like the finish on it. The finish actually didn't come off at all during use or sharpening, which is nice. But I do like the Tiger Strike camo. It's one of my favorite on knives, so there you go. Decent little Buck knife, the Buck Bones 870. Hope you enjoyed the review.